Friends, today is February, what is this?
10th.
February 10th. So it's a beautiful day. It's like 60 some degrees here in Pennsylvania. I don't think it's quite got to 60 yet, but it's supposed to in a little bit. And so we wanted to take this opportunity to just go for a quick walk in the forest because
it's been a while since we've been out.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things. Being in Pennsylvania, some of the stuff we like to do is a bit seasonal. But you come to a place like this with all the coniferous trees and stuff, and that's the beauty of coniferous trees, is they don't really change with the seasons. Their beauty lasts year-round, and so this would be a great place to come and explore in that sort of situation. But wasn't going to take a camera today, but I did feel like we owe you guys some real-time updates because we're putting out videos from back in November, and like we said, this is February, so this is filmed today, and hopefully you'll be watching it tomorrow. We took our handy Rothrock State Forest lizard map, and we found an old-growth forest today to hike in. We're kind of just in preparation for the 2024 season, so we've booked everything for Michigan.
Yeah.
Right? You got all that stuff pretty much without too much hassle.
Some of the sites I had to book weren't the ones that I had identified as what I wanted, but it is what it is. You don't always get what you want, but we got sites in all of the state parks we wanted, so.
Michigan is tough.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to go to Michigan, you got to plan in advance. We'll talk, this is going to be, when we get there, this is going to be the summer of Michigan, so you're going to be seeing tons and tons of Michigan content. We want to show you places that are awesome and accessible for those that live in the eastern United States, so that's the goal with that. We've also booked quite a bit of other stuff, and we have a lot of other stuff that we're planning. Some West Virginia backpacking, hopefully.
William, do you need a potty break?
We are potty training the boy, so that's been, I guess, the other stressful thing about life right now. I'll pause the camera till she gets back here. Okay. So, as you can imagine, potty training is stressful.
And exhausting.
And hopefully it's done soon. Rachel has not got much sleep over the past month or so. Life in general has been stressful lately, but we use trails and stuff around us to get out and hike, especially during the winter, as kind of a way to rejuvenate ourselves, and so that's what today's really about. Was it a nice hike?
Yeah, it was a really nice hike, and it was good practice for Will too. So, last year William was carried for 98% of our hiking. This year, that is not going to be the case.
No, he's going to walk himself.
So it was a good practice run. He only asked to be picked up twice, and it did not offend him at all, very much, when we said no. So it went well.
Children have energy. You just got to get them to do what they're supposed to. So
got to get them in the practice of utilizing their energy.
This was a 1 mile loop, and he did fine. So we know like stuff in the 1 to maybe 3 mile range. 3 might be pushing it, but we can carry him a little bit, but certainly not much. So we have to plan our stuff differently. And Michigan lends to that because a lot of the stuff we'll be doing and seeing is close by, you know, parking area, touristy stuff. So
a lot of water activities too. So in Michigan,
yes,
be using the boats and the paddleboard a lot. So
yes, so we're excited for that. We're excited to get out and do some stuff with the new camper. You'll be seeing the first glimpses of the new camper coming this Thursday. So let's just to tell you what's coming content-wise. We got the new camper. We're picking it up. Some technical stuff to go with that. Weight distribution hitch, batteries, and just some things you got to do before you can even take something like that camping. And then our first trip with it to Black Shannon, that was last November. So some hiking. And then a full tour of the new rig while we were there. So like once we got everything in its place, there's that. We have filmed a 3-year truck review that everybody keeps asking about. I'm sure it'll be no one that's watching this video that cares, but everybody else who keeps asking, it is filmed, it is coming. And and then of course we have the Standing Stone Trail very near here that we did with Walter and Day Hike Dave and Hiker Dude Dad. So you'll get to see that coming up.
That's what I needed the backpack for.
Yeah, that's the last thing we would have.
That's what we did.
That's the last thing we would have filmed.
There we go.
And then we're going to start this season. We have intent on camping soon. So
weather dependent.
I mean, like we're going to go. It just we don't know when we're going to go. And then like I said, backpacking. So that's what's coming down the line. We're just ready for summer. So
yeah, it's been tough being stuck inside, and something that I don't know if you want to talk about this, but something that I want to try to do this year is join the 1,000 hours outside movement. So what we've been doing during dinner times as a family is listening to podcasts, and we listened to the RV Atlas, and they had on a guest from the 1,000 Hours Outside podcast, and it was really interesting to listen to that podcast and hear the benefits of spending time outside, especially for children, which of course we have 2 small ones, so that's what attracted me to it. And the theory is, you know, you spend 4 to 6 hours outside every day for children when the weather is tolerable. Tolerable means different things to different people. So we haven't been spending as much time outside because I don't find the cold tolerable.
No, but it hasn't been that cold this winter. Days like today,
it's nice to get out.
It's been fairly typical. I mean, there was a cold stretch, but yeah, so the goal is to get the kids outside for 1,000 hours in 1 year, right?
Yeah, over a year's time, so
we're keeping track of that to some extent, and I think we're going to talk about that more as the season progresses. I think there's value to the way that we parent, so we do want to try to share that more on the channel because I think it's unique and different, and that's part of what today's about, obviously, too.
Yeah.
But just generally speaking, you come to a place like this, and you got Standing Stone Creek.
What will?
Potty training. You come to a place like this, you know, out in the forest with a stream like this, and it just kind of, it lifts you up in times when you're down. So I think that philosophy applies to the kids too. Like, the more time you spend outside and enjoying life, the happier you'll be overall. So,
children.
Is there anything I forgot?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that concludes the real-time update here from Pennsylvania's Rothrock State Forest. We will see you Thursday for the new camper, and then all kinds of exciting stuff after that on the channel.